Good evening, boys and girls, moms and dads, brothers and sisters, grandparents, teachers, principals. Welcome to the 2017 WHRO Young Storytellers Award Show. My name's Angie Callahan, and I am Director of Children's Services here at WHRO, and it is my pleasure and honor to welcome you to this event and say congratulations to all our winners. We had over 450 students write stories and submit them to us for the Young Storytellers PBS Kids Writers Competition. And you know what? You 12 in the front row, you are the best in this whole area. So let's give them all a big hand. You'll get a chance to meet each of our winners in just a few minutes. First, though, we want to let you hear what our president and CEO, Bert Schmidt, had to say to these fine young students a few minutes ago.
So I just want to thank you all for allowing me the chance and others the chance to read your stories. You've done an amazing job. You should thank your mom and dad because you've done such a great job. It means they're doing a good job parenting you. So thank your mom and dad. Thank them. Give them applause. Thank your mom and dad.
A project like this takes much time and energy, as you would well imagine. And I want to recognize our contest coordinator, and that's Martha Razor. Martha, thank you so much for making this project so nice for everyone, all of the children, for them to have fun. And without further ado, let's get started. Our first winner we're going to call up is kindergarten second place. It's Scarlett Bustetter. Her story is Elias and Cecilia. Scarlett, your story was very touching. Although I have to admit, when I first started reading it, you're talking about your mom was on the phone doing different chores, taking the trash out, doing the laundry. So I think your mom likes to be on the phone. Is that right? We all like to be on the phone. But when she was on the phone, you overheard her say something. And what was it she said?
About, having a baby.
So a new baby was coming to your family, right? And really, your story is a tribute to that new baby. Do you want to tell everybody what the baby's name was?
Elias.
Elias. And so Elias was born, but Elias didn't live very long, did he?
Yeah, only 1 month.
He was sick. He couldn't get well, right? Yeah. So you had a special memorial for him, and then you did something special. You planted something in your backyard. You want to tell him about that?
An apple tree.
An apple tree in his honor, and also in Cecilia's honor, right? Because she had passed the year before, right?
And she got a pear tree.
And she has a pear tree. So you have these memorial trees in your backyard. And I understand that the butterflies in your story are pretty important too. Do you want to talk about that? Were there butterflies when you were out there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, butterflies came in a swarm as the memorial service was going on, right?
Mm.
Well, what a beautiful, heartfelt story. Our next winner is kindergarten first place. It's Sydney Wynn. She wrote the story, The Mysterious Mermaids. Hello, so do you like mermaids? I like mermaids too. I think mermaids are pretty cool. Well, I really liked your story, and you had some great artwork. She has this little scuba diver, and great scuba diver, and the scuba diver went down in the water, and what did that scuba diver think they saw?
Mermaid tail print.
Yeah, she thought she saw a mermaid tail print. So she started looking around, but she didn't see any mermaids at first, but she saw some beautiful stones, right? That were colored pink and purple and green. And what did she think?
She think that the mermaids were painting them.
Right, that the mermaids might have painted those pretty colors. So she's swimming a little bit more and she sees this mermaid sandcastle, right?
Yeah.
And she goes inside. And what does she see inside the sandcastle?
She sees a tail moving around the corner.
Oh, so she sees a tail moving thinking it might be a mermaid, but was it a mermaid?
No,
What was it?
a manatee.
A manatee, darn, a manatee, instead of the mermaid she was looking for, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well then, though, she saw something else, right?
Tails, colored tails.
Just like the rocks, right? The
Yes.
same pretty colors. And then what did she see?
She figured out that they were real life mermaids.
That's right. So they were real live mermaids. What a cute story. Thank you so much. First grade, second place is Haley Wagner, and her story is The Snow Tree and the Girl. Well, now your story is about a girl in a tree. And this girl wanted to do something with the tree. What did she want to do?
She wanted to climb the tree.
But she had trouble, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't able to do it, and she actually got upset and went inside. But then what did she decide?
She decided that she needed help, so she went outside.
And was she able to do it by herself?
No.
No, so she asked, who did she ask to help her?
Her mom and dad.
Because they could climb the tree, right?
Mhm.
Right. And so after she came down, what did her parents say?
They told her how proud they were.
Right, they were very proud of her. And you know what? It's very important to ask for help when you need to know how to do something, isn't it? And your parents are one of the best people that you can ask, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, very nice story. Thank you very much, Haley. Waylon's story is Waylon and Desert, a story of how we met. So Waylon, you like pets, right? Tell me
Yes.
about your pets. You had some pets before Desert, right?
Yes, and I still have some.
So when you got home, was the bearded dragon already there in the tank? Oh, that's exciting. So what did you think when you saw him?
Like, I was so surprised that my head almost blew up.
So you and Desert, right? You had a lot of fun. You have a lot of fun together, don't you? So when you play in your room, you said that Desert, he crawls around on his four legs, and what do?
I crawl around on my hands and knees.
Yeah, you crawl around with him. And what about when you take baths? Where does he take his bath?
In the sink.
In the sink. And what does he do when you put him in the sink? Does he run around in the sink?
Yes.
Yes. He's got his lips closed. Well, the other funny thing about Desert is the stuff he eats. Now, he likes lettuce, right? And what else? What's that other thing he likes?
Roaches, and now I feed him roaches and little, like, wormy thingies.
Ah, so were you always able to feed him the roaches, or did your mom help out?
My mom helps out, but I never feed him.
So he has for breakfast he has lettuce and sage, right? He likes sage, so he's an herb-loving bearded dragon, right? And
They can only have fruit a little bit.
oh, really? So just a little bit of fruit, but he gets that for a treat. But does he really like the roaches the best? Yeah. Okay.
He likes the wormy thingies more.
He does. Okay. Well, each to his own, don't you think? All right. Well, I think that it was a great little story. Second grade, second place is Alexander Vaca, The Soda Can and the Bag of Chips. So this soda can and this bag of chips, can you tell us a little bit about what was their relationship? They really disliked each other, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they were in the store, and They got in, one of them got a football and the other one got a Nerf gun, right?
Yeah.
And what happened? What did they start doing?
Fighting.
They start fighting, and they took it outside, right? And they were in Soda Can's backyard, and then they decided that maybe they were going to take it up a notch, and what did they do? They both got a car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they both, one jumped in a car that wasn't moving. That was Soda Can. And Bag of Chips, he got in the,
Moving car.
a moving car, right. But there was a problem because, you know, a Soda Can nor a Bag of Chips know how to do what?
Drive a car.
Right, they didn't know how to drive a car, so what happened?
They blew up.
So Soda Can, he kind of got through it okay, right? But what happened to Bag of Chips?
He popped and broke into tiny pieces.
And then what did old Mr. Soda Can do?
He took him to the Mexican restaurant and ate it with salsa.
So the next time you're looking at soda cans and bags of chips, I bet you'll look at them differently, all because of Alexander's story. All right, thank you, that was a fun story. Our second grade first place winner is Erin Smeagol. Her story is The New School. Now I have to share a little secret. About 3 or 4 years ago, your sister Devin was a winner in our writers contest with Pups in Paris. Did that inspire you to get in the contest?
Yes.
Okay, well, very good. Well, I liked your story a lot. I can't wait to go to her new school. So as your story goes, your principal, the ceilings were leaking and bricks were cracking, so they decided to build a new school. And you must have a lot of trouble not looking out the window and seeing what the construction guys are doing, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what was one of the first things that you saw that the construction guys brought?
100 spiral slides
100 spiral slides. And what do you think they're going to use those for?
to replace the stairs.
Whoa, so you can just slide down the stairs now, right?
Yes.
Well, that sounds like fun. And then there were those springs that you saw. What were the springs for? What do you think they're for?
For the hallway so I can jump to my classroom.
All right, so we're going to slide down to the cafeteria on the spiral slides, and then you're going to hop on the trampolines. And then you also saw a big glass being delivered, right? Mm-hmm. What do you think that's going to be for?
The mascot's home.
The
Andy the dolphin.
So the mascot, what's his name again?
Andy the dolphin.
So you're going to have a real live dolphin living, you think, there
Yes.
at the new school? Ooh, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's fun. And then you also saw some red curtains. So what do you think that's for?
From the movie theater if we get straight A's.
All right. So, oh, and then there was the big hole. What do you think that big hole was being dug for?
Gym class, and we'll learn how to do backstrokes.
Yeah, so you get to have this great swimming pool, these spiral slides, the trampolines from class to class. But at the very end, I think you saw something else, didn't you? What else
Yes.
did you see?
I saw a zip line.
Whoa! Now I want to go to that school. What do you all think? You want to go to that school? Well, thank you for that great story, and enjoy your new school. Here you go.
Thank you.
We're up to third grade, and our second place winner in third grade is Logan Kotelich, and his adventure story is a whodidit. It's a mystery. Okay, so your story is really about 3 of your pets, isn't it?
Yep,
But you don't know that when you read the story at all.
pretty much.
Pretty much is right, because the story starts out in New York at the Museum of Art, right?
Yep.
And what happens?
Well, Luna the cat, she's trying to steal a fish painting.
Right, Luna the cat, right? That was
Yep.
Luna, right? And then there's that puppy detective, and what's the puppy detective's name?
Iris.
Iris. And so Iris, she actually saw Luna with the painting, right?
Yep.
But then Luna disappeared, right? So what did Iris do?
So she looked for clues.
Yeah,
To find out.
Yeah, she looked for clues, and then Luna wanted to be like the ruler of the world. I guess that little theft made her feel really good. And what was she gonna do?
She was trying to
make all the paintings and switch them with fish for the humans, and then the humans would go inside the paintings, so then she can eat all the fish.
Right, so, and she was getting really brave and bold, and she decided to fly back to New York, right, and get another painting. And what was that painting?
Milk.
Milk. She wanted a painting of milk. Why did she want a painting of milk?
So she could drink the milk while having the fish.
All right, so when they got there to New York, Luna was there, and so was Iris, right?
Yep.
But what about the painting?
It was gone.
So the milk painting was gone, and of course, Puppy Detective Iris figured it had to be Luna, right?
Yeah, but Luna didn't steal it because when she got there, the painting was gone.
It was already gone. So they thought maybe somebody else stole it. Did somebody else steal it?
Yes,
Did they steal it, or did they do something else?
they did something else. They were trying to give it to Iris the dog.
Yeah, so Sonny, this cat named Sonny from Chicago, he was the one that actually bought the milk painting, right?
Yep.
So when he was going to give it to Puppy Detective Iris, and because of his goodwill, Sonny's goodwill, and Iris being a good person, what did Luna decide to do?
To join their agency, and they become the best spy team ever.
Right, and she decided to give up her life of
Yep.
crime, right? Okay, very good. Great story. Third grade, first place winner is Mariana Gayton, and her story is 1 inch tall. Okay, so in your story, you wake up, and what's wrong?
Like your blanket is really, really big, and you figure out that you're really, really small.
Right, and even getting out of bed was going to be a challenge, right? Because you
Yeah.
were only 1 inch tall. So how did you get out of bed?
So I took my pillow and put it on the side of my bed and used it as a slide.
Okay, so very good. So you get down on the floor, and then you have to get to the kitchen, which is a really long ways away when you're only one inch tall, right? So you saw your dog Buster, and what did you decide to do?
So I called him, and I thought that he would give me a ride to the kitchen.
And did he give you a ride, or what did he do with you?
So he took me and brought me to the kitchen in his mouth.
In his mouth. Ooh, how was that?
It was gross.
Doggy breath. So what happened when you got to the kitchen? You encountered a giant, didn't you?
Yeah,
And who was that giant?
my mom.
Right. And so what did the giant do?
She carried me back into my room.
Right. And then what happened?
And then I woke up and figured out that it was all a dream.
Right. But you know, the interesting thing about it being a dream, the pillow is on the side of the bed in that last picture, right?
Yes.
So maybe it was a dream, maybe not, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for that sweet story. Our fourth grade second place is Brooke Delore, and her story is actually a poem, and it's If I Had a Horse. What did you have to do to be able to draw the horses so well?
First of all, I asked my mom for advice, and then we looked up on the computer, like I watched videos and looked at pictures.
Well, the pictures are absolutely stunning in your poem, and it's a beautiful poem. I like how you describe what the color is. What color is it going to be?
You are.
Yeah. And what is that in French? Black. Black. But I liked how noir rhymed with one of the things you were going to feed your horse. And what was that?
Apples for caviar.
Right, noir, caviar. And now with the horse, you would go in the bay and in the meadows. You would do all kinds of games, play games with your horse. So how would you play games with your horse?
I'd whistle my lips to call my horse so we could play a game.
Uh-huh. And what kind of game would you play?
Hide and go seek.
I like that. And where would you do that?
In the forest or near a creek.
Okay, all right, very good. And then you also want to teach your horse some things, right? What do you want to teach your horse?
I want to teach my horse to dance.
To dance and prance?
Yes.
Yeah, right, very good. Well, I thought your poem was just beautiful and really, really sweet, and I really hope you get that horse, okay? All right. Well, thank you very much. Fourth grade first place is Ava Cakello, and her story is A Fox Friend. Your artwork is very good too. Now, in your story, this girl named Layla, right? Layla, she moves from Phoenix to Maine. Why was she happy about moving from Phoenix to Maine?
Because in Phoenix, all there were people, and more people. And in Maine, there were animals.
She liked wildlife a lot, right? So she got to Maine, and she got to the house that she was going to live in with her parents, and some kids wanted her to play with them, and so her mom said, be polite, right? But yes, you can go play with them. And then what did the kids say to her?
They said the house was haunted,
And what did Layla think?
that it was a joke.
Yeah, she didn't, but she still had a little shiver, maybe. You never know. So Layla's in the house, and she hears a noise. She's in her bedroom. She hears a noise. And what did she see when she looks out?
There was a fox in the kitchen, and it was making a big mess.
So there was this fox in the kitchen making a big mess. And then her parents showed up, and what did she tell her parents?
That there was a fox there.
And what did they say?
We don't believe you, and you probably did it.
Yeah, because they couldn't see a fox, right? They didn't see a fox, but the fox had made a lot of mess, right? But then, after she got the kitchen out cleaned up, she went back outside to look for this fox because, come on, she'd seen the fox, right? So she does see him, and the fox motions her to come on, right, to come along with him. And then he disappears, but he leaves something, right? What did he leave?
A amber necklace.
And she decided that's what she'd call him, right? Amber. I like that, or her. That would be a girl fox, I guess, right? Okay, so then what happened on Friday the 13th?
She seen the fox again, and she took a picture with it, but when she looked at the picture, the fox wasn't there.
So what did she decide?
He was a ghost. I mean, she.
She was a ghost. So Amber the fox was really a ghost. So maybe the house was a little haunted, right? Okay. Well, I love the picture of the selfie with the fox, with the missing fox in it, right? Okay. Well, thank you for that cute story. Our fifth grade second place is Mia Casey, and her story, Daddy's Homecoming. So your story is about Daddy's homecoming. Mm-hmm. And it starts out pretty sad, right? Yeah,
Yes.
pretty sad because the little girl's pretty sad that her dad's been called away because what's happened?
Japan has attacked Pearl Harbor.
Right, so, and her dad's been called to serve, right?
Mm-hmm.
And her mom had a great idea. What did her mom do to help the days go by?
Her mom took a bucket and filled it with rocks for every day that her father would be gone.
Yeah, and so then what would she do every day?
She would take one rock out.
Right, so it was a way to let the days pass and start seeing that it's not going to be so long before Daddy finally comes back home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, when she got to the last rock, what did she do when she went to school?
She told her teacher, and her teacher loved that idea, so she had the whole class draw a banner for everyone who is away and serving.
The mom and the girl, they worked hard to get ready for Daddy to be there because it was the last rock, right? They cooked and cleaned, and then they had dinner, but Daddy wasn't there yet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they played a game, and still Daddy didn't come. And she got to stay up a little bit later, but finally she cried herself to sleep, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what happened the next day?
He came home.
Right, and they were having dinner, and there he was. So he made it home safe and sound.
Yes.
And we were very happy that happened. It's a great little story, and I love the whole idea of the rocks as a way to mark the passing of time.
Thank you.
Nice job. Our fifth grade first place is Savannah Meyer, and her story is The Mean Tree. Why was he mean? What?
Because his friends went away.
Yeah, and his friends were the birds. It made him sad when they would fly south, right? Yes. And he even wanted to just shoo them away. He didn't even want any new ones to come because it was sad when his friends left, right?
Yes.
And what about the other creatures in the forest? How did they treat Gordon?
They were very mean to him, and they had secret meetings.
They had secret meetings, and they would say bad things about Gordon, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And he knew about them having these meetings, didn't he?
Yes.
But he was still grouchy Gordon, right?
Mm-hmm.
The earth started rumbling, and the trees started falling down, and the animals, the critters, they all ran away, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So even Gordon was afraid his roots were going to snap, but then what happened?
The rumbling stopped.
And he was still standing, but he was the only tree standing, right?
Yes.
And then what happened when the squirrels came out, and the deer and the termites, those critters that had talked about him? What did they start doing?
They stuck sap on the tree and started putting leaves on there.
So they got him all dressed back up with leaves. And then how did he feel?
He felt very happy.
He felt happy, and he apologized to them, right, for being grouchy, and they apologized to him, right? Right, and so they decided to call him a different name, right? What was his new name?
Generous Gordon.
Generous Gordon, right. So the mean tree went from grouchy Gordon to generous Gordon, and they all lived happily ever after, right? Yes. Okay, well, thank you very much, Judy. So we'll say thank you for joining us, and we hope you've enjoyed getting to meet our 2017 WHRO Young Storytellers.